can. It's gonna be fun. You don't have to worry about balancing or anything. You are in control. You tell them you want to go slow, you're gonna go slow. Okay?
Jenny Burton is getting her first water ski lesson.
Jeffrey Sale got the biggest fish by 2 fish hairs. The biggest fish. Come down and get your friend. Computer.
Jeffrey Sale just won a computer in a fishing tournament in East Texas. What they have in common is that both of their experiences were made possible thanks to one man.
He has made the sacrifice and gone and found other people who are faced with challenges, and he's given them that little drop of hope using outdoor recreation.
Michael Shorty Powers stands taller than most men with 2 working legs. His tenacity to get the physically challenged outdoors, face their fears, and embrace their accomplishments has changed thousands of lives. That's what his nonprofit organization, Turning P.O.I.N.T, is all about.
I made this video, and it goes through before we got injured, our injury, how we all felt, how none of us wanted to hang out with any disabled people at the time, you know, and just the stages that we went through, and then there becomes a turning point where you just say, okay, I give up, I accept it, I go on, I'll do whatever I gotta do, you know. And that's a tough time, you know, right there. But it's the best time as well, because then you just, you know, you get rid of all the weight, you know, you're ready to live again. And you say, okay, so well, I can't stand up water skiing, but I can sit down water skiing. You know, I can't do this, but I can do that.
Shorty's love of the outdoors began as a boy in Oklahoma and taking fishing trips with his grandfather. When he was 14, his family moved to Irving, Texas. But at 17, a drunk driver hit Shorty's car at 110 miles an hour.
I died 3 times, but it tore my aorta in my heart, and it cut the blood off to my bottom part of my spine and my legs.
But what might keep another person down only sparked fire in Shorty. He was more determined than ever to keep doing what he loves best, fishing.
But it's been a trip, hasn't it, my friend?
I'm telling you, this is the best trip I've ever had.
Appearing on fishing shows and in other media, Shorty's drive is unstoppable.
From fishing on a barge to teaching them how to dog paddle or float, just getting rid of that fear of water so they can go out and enjoy fishing and other sports. Shorty is there to push them, not ask them. He shoves them out into the sunlight, and I think that's very, very special.
And he won't let anyone sit on the sidelines.
And you never knew this was all going to happen when I met you in the Walmart parking lot.
No.
Looking good, girl.
You know, he doesn't just fish, he doesn't just turn people on to the outdoor world. He writes articles, he raises money, he does presentations at rehab centers. He's married, he has a wonderful son, you know, he's a family man. Shorty's a pretty balanced guy.
Balanced, but with a lot of surprises. Like the time he wanted to show a bunch of junior anglers a water snake.
Everybody hates snakes except Shorty.
But I've been catching snakes all my life.
And he swims like this creature, you know, and he approaches this snake.
I just put my eyes down in on the water, and I was just watching because I knew he had to come up.
You got him, man. You got him.
And all of a sudden there's this splash and water's going everywhere, and you see a snake tail and then a paralyzed limb, and then Shorty's head would bob up.
I took it and I stuck his head in my teeth so that he couldn't bite me, and then I could swim. So he slapped me upside the head, and I'm swimming on like this, and the kids are all freaking out.
Here's this guy who doesn't care what other people think, who is gonna make a difference in people's lives, and he wanted people to touch the scales and kind of feel their teeth if they like to.
I guess I've been the snake man ever since.
Shorty has implemented several annual fishing tournaments throughout the years. In 1985, he started the first National Bass Championship for the physically challenged at Caddo Lake in Uncertain, Texas.
Here goes the key to a Toyota truck.
In 1991, he designed the first annual extravaganza in Dallas, which today hosts more than 30 sports and outdoor activities. During the mid-90s, he served on the Texas Parks and Wildlife's Freshwater Fishing and Park Advisory Boards. And in 1998, he was awarded the Texas Parks and Wildlife Commission Chairman's Award for Public Service for his efforts in taking kids in wheelchairs hunting.
It was an honor for me to nominate Shorty for the Hall of Fame because of all that he represented in terms of the partnerships that I tried to create when we were at Parks and Wildlife, and among those, Shorty was clearly one of the most unique. But among freshwater anglers, I mean, Shorty is a giant. I mean, there's no one else in the diverse and eclectic community of people who surround freshwater fishing that even approaches Shorty in terms of the particular contribution to freshwater fishing that he has made.
Time to go fishing.
He does a lot in the world for physically challenged people, a lot, and that's what makes me so proud of him, is that one of the things is that he taught me that I make my own limitations in life. If it wasn't for him, I probably would never have kayaked. I would have never have done scuba diving or sailing trips. I mean, I've done so much more because he opened that world to me. So it's what you make of yourself.
In 2004, Turning Point celebrated 25 years of turning lives around.
You know, it's hard to make it in a nonprofit organization, but man, they all believed in what I believed in, and we made it happen. And it's doing good today. And it'll be going on probably after I die. I don't know who's going to do it, but somebody. I've influenced enough of them where there ought to be enough of them that can handle it, you know, when I'm gone.
All right, Jay.